Hello, my name is Philip Paul. I'd like to introduce you to our Plan Builder software. There's a button on our website that says Plans to GPS. Just click on it. And it's very simple. It puts in a backboard. This is version 4, like I say, and it's pretty simple. You can size the screen to whatever you want. You just move these arrows. You can make it come in smaller or bigger or whatever if you're just freehand drawing or just drawing a plan from scratch. Or you can come in here and you can put in a plan, a background. I've got one here that's got a little bit of stuff going on with it. There we go. And then you can size it. So I can make it a little smaller, a little bigger. I'm just going to leave it the size it is. I know it's off a little bit because I put it in there. So I'm going to turn it left 1 degree or negative 1 degree. And there's our plan right here. So you're looking at a plan. Now, I could make that a lot bigger if I want to get it a lot closer. But for this example, it's pretty simple. It works, and I can enlarge my own screen. But your resolution is always more accurate per feet if you got a bigger plan. So in our system, you've got your X, Y, and Z. This kind of shows you where it's at. A pencil, a square, all kinds of cool stuff. So let's just start out and start a simple one. We first put in our first 2 sticks. So we got 2 property line sticks here. We can use those. And we square them up there best that we can. And let's say that distance is 83.56 feet. So I just type in 83.56 and hit enter. So that's even. You can see that's a little below. I might want to even that up a little bit. And I could have squared this plan up better before I even put it in the system. It looks like it could be turned just a teeny bit. So there's one thing I can do. I can grab this little button right there, and I can move this around a little bit. So if I want to split the difference, I can put it right there. Okay. All right, so now we're ready to start. I hit the pencil. I've got a basement right here if we want to do. I can do the property lines. I can do these sewer mains. It's unlimited. We'll just do a simple basement right now. Got a garage here and a basement. So I'm just going to start right here, and I just click my points. And you can see it's 1971 there, so I can sit there and go 1960, 83. It's really, really close. For digging a basement, you just go around and click this dude right where you want it. And it's going to put that basement right in there. And on this one, window wells, we'd go straight all the way across to there because it'd cave in. In fact, we'd run that straight to there probably, down to there. It'd come straight across there. The garage would be here. We'd lay this out just for the heck of it. Boom. So once you click to your endpoint, it gives you it and gives you this section. I can call it basement. And we can leave it green, or we can change the color. Lines closed because it does close. It goes to the end. And no slopes. You have features where you can, for sewers, or we can do slopes. So we say OK, and we've got that set. We want to do another one, and we come out here and we can do the garage. Let's say these are the 2 things we're going to do. Real simple. And there's my garage. I can go all the way over these lines and close it. I just do the garage footer lines like that. Blue section 2. I'll just put G for garage, and they are open. Okay, so simple enough. So now we're going to do some trickier stuff. We've got a sewer main out here. Let's say we want to put the sewer main in, and it's adding on right here. So I can put it in right there. There's a point. I got my cross on, and it says right here the elevations of that. Top of casting is 731.3, and the invert is 726.92. So I don't need to put them all because I can change my bench up here anytime I want. So I'm just going to go within 100. So I'm going to go 31.3. So I just go up here to my right here, and I can put TC for top of casting, and I can put 31.3. And then I look at my bottom one, which is right here again. It is 26. Boy, is that hard to see? 92, 26.92. 26.92. So invert 26.92. Okay, say OK, and it actually writes it right here for it. So when we erase the background, you can see it. You can get rid of all the extra stuff you want. So I'm going to go up to my second one. I can see the distance on the sewer somewhere around there. There it is, 78 feet. So I can come right up here and hit it, 78.8. I can see I can move it back and forth, or I can just get close, which says 80 feet. I want it to be 78, so I just grab my tape measure, and I say I want it to be 78 feet. And I say OK, So now it's exactly 78 feet. And you notice it's a little bit off the manhole there. It's a little bit out of square. So let's make that better. I can go up here and erase that now. Erase that with the eraser. And I can hit the pencil. I can get rid of this little square. Click it like that. Now I can move anywhere I want. It's really cool because it even shows you angles, anything you want. So I'm going to center it up there. Remember the 78? I get it right there. 70. I'm off 1/100th of a foot. That's going to be okay for digging. Now I can put go ahead and name this one. It's topic casting. And I didn't look at my numbers here, but it is 2930 and let's say 2715. So 2930, 29, and 2715, 15. Okay. So there, put it there. You'll see I'm in float mode like this. I can always see if things are square. I just click it here. Now it only goes square. Look at this dead nut on it. So length of this one says 112 feet. So I'll pull it over here to 112. And there's 100 and 112.7. Good enough for me. You can see the drawing is really good to scale, but you can hold your scales, get everything you want. Invert and topic casting on this one is 29.7 and 27.49. So 29.7 and 27.49. Okay, okay. And then I got a last one right there. It's at an angle again, so boom, I kick it, kick off the part there, and I can say it's 12 feet. So let's say I just line it up. You can see that it's changed scales a little bit there. I can actually change scale if I want, but I just snapped it up farther, get my tape measure, and what was it, 12 feet? So distance, 12 feet, okay? And this even tells the angle. I can change the angle of it a little bit if I want. If I want to get closer to the end of there, I could swing that angle either way. Okay, so the 12 feet's in there, and I'm going to put in my last invert and topic casting, which I don't have a topic casting on this one. So I have, where is it, top casting, and there it is, right there. It's at 2753. So I put this at 0 and put this at 2753. Okay, so we're done with that section now. So you always go back to where you started. So go there, click. Lines are not closed, they're open. We just did a line. Slope. Yes, do I want between the points or between the labels? Well, in this case, between the points and between the labels are the same because we just went 1 to 1. If I had a bunch of, like I was doing a ditch and curving through the ground, I'd put between the labels, would add them all up. So same difference between the labels. Say OK. Slopes are put in. You say OK, and what does it? Write your slope down. Puts down in your 30%. That's what they're calling there, 30%. And maybe I typed something wrong there because it's 98%. But anyways, you can check that, see what it is. I probably got a number in there wrong. No big deal. You can go back and erase stuff, take it out, move it. So we've got some neat stuff. If we've got this playing here and we want to save it, we just hit the cloud button here. So we can save it to our disk. On an Apple, it'll save it. It'll give you as the file. On a PC, it'll just save it for you as a text file. We can save the whole image with this on it right there if we want. The best thing first is to always save in the cloud. So the cloud works where you hit a button, it's going to ask you what's the name of the job. Call it 54th Street. All right, and hit OK. And that's going to ask you to log in. I got general login right now. And that we use, say OK. Upload successful. So let's save that file up in the cloud. Okay, so we've got this here, and let's say we don't want to look at the background, so we just shut off so you can see what it is here. We can do anything with this. We can move this whole job around if we want on the paper. See, we want to get it up and move it up a little bit because we got a lot going on. So I might move it over like this. Too far that way. We gotta move it back. Maybe I got to add property lines or something later, so I move it wherever. So I can move it anywhere on the back of it I want. But let's say I want to add something to it, like let's say swimming pools or something. So I go to the down image cloud. I got a bunch of them saved in here, and I got one just called box. So let's say I want to put this box and say whatever it is. It could be a whole swimming pool drawing, it could be the manholes in the basement, it could be separate. It's just going to merge in another layer. So we hit merge, we say OK, and we come over here, and you're going to see here's this box right here. And anywhere I move, it moves it around for me, which is really cool. So let's say this is like I say, a swimming pool or something, whatever we want to call it. I come over here and I say that swimming pool is going to go right here. I could do whatever I want. But let's say we wanted to put it over here and it's the wrong angle, or we wanted to put it on an angle. Well, we got this little button that flashes up here, and it makes it so you can start to turn it. So you could turn it 90 degrees. You could reference off something if you wanted to, like that. If I want to go 90 degrees and get it really close, and then I could turn that back off to this. I can move it around. So I can put it wherever I want. If I want to put it here, here, let's say, just say for the heck of it's going right there. I could have left some reference points for it also, so that I put in there, but it scales it everything automatically. When you're done, you just erase the background. So now that's a part of our file. So if I want to save all this together, I just go up in the cloud. I can save this as one whole unit with that in it. I could add other drawings to it. I could even take the same drawing and reproduce it by adding it to it. So I can always add my background back in there. And my mistake. That's to rotate your background. You see we got kind of a background back there. By putting go for the new background, the old background, 52nd Street, see if I got the right one. And I did roll it back in -1. So there it is, and you can see it's laying on there, but we moved it, so it's not here. So again, we can just grab it right there. We can move our stakes right back to the point. Get it right not on there the best we can. Oops, I've moved again. We can zoom in on this and get as close as we can to know. So, like I said, if you put your plane a little bit sideways, it's a little bit sideways. So I turned it 1 degree to show you that, but your planes will come square. If you've got PDFs, just turn them into a JPEG, and you can work with it real easy. So all my stuff's in. There's my pool, whatever I drew, everything ready to go. Now I can save this whole plan. So I put in a name, 54th Street print, and hit OK. And that saved it in my files. Okay, this is it right here with the in the Apple. It saves it a different way, but there's the plan that you're going to save. So when I go back, oops, on an Apple, when you go back, you lose it all. But that's okay because we can just go to our cloud, or we go to whatever. Let's download again with cloud. Put in our name. Oh, sorry, went up down with the cloud. Hit password. Boom. It's in here. I got the 54th Street job up here. Let's open it. There it is. We got it again. We can always put our backgrounds, everything. There's a lot more features yet. You can also, if you want to add dimensions, you can just add dimensions anywhere you want. So say I want to put the pool right here. I can come across here, and let's say I want it to be 15 foot off the house. I can just come right in here and go 15 foot an inch. Oh, it's not so small. So let's say I want to get better. I want to make this a better drawing. So in our next video, we'll start at dimensions. We'll go from there. More to come.